Edo Japan, 1600 AD. The most disciplined warriors on earth are waking. Before the first bird sings, a samurai opens his eyes and rises. Cold water. Every morning, the body must wake before the sword. He sits in silence. In Bushido, the mind is mastered before the enemy. He takes the katana, examines every inch. This blade is not a weapon. It is his soul. Each layer of clothing tied with intention, every knot a decision. Rice, miso, green tea, no more. The warrior's body is a tool, not to be indulged. Outside, the city of Edo is waking. In 1600, one of the largest cities on earth. A samurai is not just a soldier. He is noble, judge, enforcer, the highest rank in Japanese society. At his side, the katana and wakizashi, together called the daisho, together his identity. The Bushido code governs everything. Loyalty, honor, courage. Without these, the sword means nothing. Above all, he serves his daimyo, his lord. Loyalty to the daimyo is not a choice. It is everything. He does not question. He is the sword of his lord, and today that sword must be sharp. Before duty, tea ceremony. Not rest. Another form of training. Every movement deliberate. He prays before his ancestors, not to be protected, but to be worthy of protection. His wife brings tea. In one look between them, years, absences, and unspoken understanding. His son runs to him with a wooden sword, 7 years old, already becoming what his father is. He watches his children and thinks of mano no aware, the beauty of impermanence. Nothing lasts. That is why it matters. A samurai who only knows violence knows nothing. Every afternoon, he writes poetry, killer, poet, father, servant. The samurai contains every contradiction of what it means to be human. Every morning, the training yard. A samurai who stops training is already dead. 500 sword swings, each one as focused as the last, no exceptions. Then, kata, attack and defense sequences, practiced until they become pure instinct. His partner attacks without mercy, because on a battlefield, no enemy will show mercy. The bow, kyudo. It demands a stillness that even meditation cannot teach alone. On horseback, samurai and horse become one creature. One mind, one weapon, the iaido draw from sheath to lethal strike, under 1 second. This is the move that wins before battle begins. Around him, younger warriors watch and learn. He was once them, and someone shaped him. Master to student, generation to generation. 7 centuries? The art does not die, it is given. Training ends. The armor goes on, 20 kilograms of lacquered iron, his second skin. In the polished bronze mirror, he does not see a man. He sees a function, a purpose, a blade. In Zen philosophy, the sword practice is also mind practice. Every swing a meditation, every miss a lesson. He teaches the hardest lesson. A samurai who fears death cannot truly live. To accept it is to become free. He is ready, and somewhere in Edo today, there will be a moment that tests everything. He prays not to be protected. He prays to be worthy of the oath he made. Before he leaves, he writes a letter to his family, not from fear. A samurai always prepares for the end. A messenger arrives. The night's mission has changed. This is no longer a patrol matter. A senior official will be assassinated tonight by a rival clan's ninja. It must be stopped. He arms himself fully. Every weapon checked twice. The katana cleaned this morning feels like part of his body. 5 samurai move through Edo dressed as merchants. Death hidden beneath plain robes. Edo Castle, the seat of Tokugawa power. The most politically charged building in all of Japan. Inside these walls, every samurai knows his rank. Every rank carries privilege and danger equally. He reports to his commander, precise, cold, measured, A samurai's report is a weapon too. At midday, the daimyo addresses his warriors. Hundreds kneel. The hall holds absolute silence, but beneath the discipline, Edo Castle seethes with politics. Alliances shift, loyalties bend. No swords here, only words. There is talks whispered in corners that someone close to the daimyo is a traitor. A samurai does not act on rumor, but he watches, he listens, and he never forgets. The merchant district of Edo. Louder, messier, more alive, and far more dangerous. He spots it immediately. A gambling den behind a silk shop. Illegal. He has seen this before. Arrest everyone, or take the merchant's silver and walk away. This is the choice no one talks about. He pushes the silver away. No words. Every man in that room understands what just happened. Then, 3 ronin, masterless samurai, armed, hungry, the most dangerous men in Edo. 5 seconds of silence. Anyone in that street could die. Then, the ronin leader looks away. They walk away. Not from fear, from recognition. Even enemies understand mastery when they face it. A child offers him a rice cake from a street stall. He accepts it. Beneath the armor, there is still a man. He thinks of his own children at home. He carries that thought, like a second sword. Edo at night is a different city. The lanterns light, the shadows fill, and danger moves freely. Ninja. Where the samurai moves in daylight with honor, the ninja moves in darkness with none. They take positions around the compound. They wait. A samurai who cannot wait cannot fight. He hears it before he sees it. His hand moves to the katana before his mind knows why. The ninja drops from the roof. He is already moving, but our samurai is already there, waiting. The fight lasts 11 seconds. That is the reality of trained swordsmen, not cinema, but truth. It ends. The ninja disarmed, still alive, because a samurai who kills without necessity dishonors everything. The official emerges from his residence, shaking. He says nothing. He does not need to. No celebration, no speeches. He sheathes his sword and walks, duty performed. Edo at midnight. He walks home alone. His footsteps, the only sound on the street. He thinks not of the fight, but of the ninja. Someone's student, someone's warrior, someone's son. He checks himself in a doorway, a cut on his forearm. Shallow. He wraps it. This is routine. He thinks of the ronin from this afternoon. Once they served a lord too. What happened? Could it happen to him? Every samurai knows the truth and no one says aloud. Today a warrior, tomorrow nothing. He arrives home. He removes his sandals at the door. With the same precision, he draws his sword. He looks in on his son, sleeping with the wooden sword still in his hand. He smiles. First time today. His wife is awake. She always waits. She sees the bandaged arm. She understands. Without a word. They sit together in silence. In 15 years, they have learned that silence is the fullest language. Before he sleeps, he cleans the sword again. It drew blood tonight. That requires extra attention. The blade must be perfect. He places the sword beside his sleeping mat. A samurai is never truly off duty. Then, he sleeps. 400 years have passed since this man lived and served. But something of him remains, everywhere. Kendo, judo, the bow, the tea, the code. The samurai did not die. He transformed. What can we learn? Choose your master carefully. Serve with everything. Never stop training. This was Edo. This was the samurai. This was CenturyWalk. Every century has a story.